Hello everyone, welcome to Vietnam. This has been a fantastic trip. I spent 9 days here. Now this is a conclusion video that has a lot of information. Here's where I explain to you everything you need to know to go to Vietnam. If you have any questions, write down in your comments and my team would be happy to reply, or else we could do even a follow-up video in the coming months. So, question number 1, why Vietnam? Why did I visit and why should you? I visited Vietnam for my dad. This was going to be a warm-up trip for him before I asked him to go with me to the States for a few months. There were other reasons like availability of direct flight, which is something really important when you're doing a trip. Ease of visa for my parents because they have an Indian passport. Vietnam is a really amazing place to visit because it's a safe tourist destination and it is one of the few travel destinations that encompasses an incredible scenery and really deep and heroic history because of the Vietnam War. The beauty of the nature is one of the major reasons to visit Vietnam, but there are other reasons like, of course, my desire to visit every single country. And yes, Vietnam is the second leading producer of coffee worldwide, and I got an opportunity to try something really amazing. It is 𝐕𝐢𝐞𝐭𝐧𝐚𝐦 coffee, and I did that with my dad on the final day of my Hanoi trip. What is the best time to visit? Well, best time to visit Vietnam is from March to April, when rainfall is low and the temperatures are milder. Climate that is temperate, it continues to change to a more tropical climate as you go down from the north to the south. What about Vietnam travel requirements? Do you need a visa and how long does it take? Vietnam has e-visa service. You need a valid passport and a pre-approval for a visa on arrival to enter Vietnam. Even for the American citizens, you need to get that pre-approval, which usually takes 2 weeks to get your visa in mail, and your passport must be valid for 6 months, and of course you must have 1 blank page for the visa. Now, there are a few countries that do not require visa for Vietnam. So if you're from one of those countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Cambodia, or Laos, then you could go to Vietnam for 30 days at no cost. And also for Philippines, you could go to Vietnam without any visa for up to 21 days. Hanoi versus Ho Chi Minh City. As Vietnam's capital for nearly 1,000 years, Hanoi is widely regarded as the country's cultural center. This has layers of history that is visible in streets and buildings and landmarks. And more significantly, the cultural sites are just out of the world in the city of Vietnam. Now, in comparison, when you go to Saigon, Saigon hasn't even been in Vietnam for very long. Only since the 17th century is when it became a part of Vietnam. And since most of the fighting during the Vietnam War occurred in the south, Saigon is the place to see the war-era museums and relics such as Ho Chi Minh City Museum, the Revolutionary Museum, the hauntingly evocative Cu Chi tunnels video that I posted earlier, and these tunnels were used for the guerrilla warfare, and that's the feel of Ho Chi Minh City. Hanoi is located in northern Vietnam and lies on the Red River Delta about 56 miles from the coast. Saigon's focal point is the river running through its heart, while Hanoi is characterized by the lakes that surround it, of which we visited the Hon Kim Lake, this beautiful lake, which is really the center of everything because there are a lot of good places to eat around here. And yeah, just a lot of activity over the weekend. People come early in the morning to do exercises right by the lake. So this is again the Hon Kim Lake. As Vietnam's capital for nearly 1,000 years, Hanoi is widely regarded as country's cultural center with layers upon layers of history visible in its streets, buildings, and landmarks. Vietnam in general is a very cheap place to travel. Prices may slightly be inflated in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, but in general, it is very inexpensive. I got a chance to visit the beer street the day that I arrived with my Airbnb host, Lam. He took me to his favorite restaurant and we had a great time. There were so many people on the street, there were performances going on, and the nightlife was super vibrant. I also got an opportunity to go to this amazing market here in Ho Chi Minh City. So I am going to 𝐕𝐢𝐞𝐭𝐧𝐚𝐦 Street. This is like a nightclub, and I'm not gonna take my cameras and everything. I'm just gonna go out and enjoy myself, get a couple of drinks, and chill. Almost every single day, and especially because of the weekend, the nightlife was just unmatched. If I have an opportunity to pick one for nightlife, I would say Ho Chi Minh City is definitely my choice. The other important thing to do from both of these cities is to cover the other places that are outside of the city by taking a day or 2 days trip. Most people would go from Hanoi to this beautiful Halong Bay and the Ninh Binh province that has Tam Coc and some beautiful pagodas around. From Ho Chi Minh City, ideally you would go to the southern area of Vietnam that includes the floating markets of Mekong Delta and the Cu Chi tunnels. We were able to do both of these places in both the cities and was pretty happy about it. Saigon is the food capital of Vietnam with the country's widest variety of both Vietnamese and international cuisine. Really good place. I'm gonna try this new type of awesome spicy Thai food. However, the acknowledged king of Vietnamese food is pho, Hanoi. Here you'll find thousands of street-side stalls and some small kiosks with plastic chairs and tables on the pavement where you can chow down this national dish, which is a favorite of many of my American friends. Overall, Vietnam is really amazing, and this is something that I would say that you must visit. It is really inexpensive, so the total budget that you should plan for is around $100 to $150 per day for a 10 to 30 days trip to this beautiful and unique country. I personally love Hanoi a lot more than Ho Chi Minh City because of the culture, the history, and the beautiful architecture. What about you? Which city do you like the most in all of Vietnam? Comment below and like and share this video so I can continue to bring more of such content for you from around the world. In next week's video, join me for my summer 2022 Europe trip. I'll fly from Delhi to Finland using my American airline miles for only 30 bucks. I'll tell you all the secrets in the next video. I will receive my 2 co-travelers from the United States and visit Paris, where we'll see the famous Eiffel Tower and the Louvre Museum. Paris is so much fun, and it's a city that so many people have come to make big decisions in life. A lot of people get their creative juices flowing when they come to Paris, so I am intending to do the same. See you all next time.